Well, I'm with Mr. Teare, the Treasury Minister, who's been making another briefing to the media, which is also available here on Manx.net, the whole thing. So you're talking to the public as well. And we've only just got the information ourselves, so we haven't had time to crunch what you've been showing us. But you're telling us what? What your overall today's message is what?
The theme underlying this message is that the projections, estimates we set out in this year's budget are achievable in our opinion, and we're on target. And that even after the rebalancing has been completed, there will be a substantial amount left in the government's reserves in the so-called rainy day fund. So whilst I'm not complacent, I'm a bit more confident than I was 6 months ago.
Interesting. But spending is still going up, isn't it?
Spending is creeping up, but not a great deal. The difficulty is the ageing population, and decisions will have to be made as to how we deal with our expenditure profile. Mr. Robert Shaw, the Minister for Social Care, has set out a consultation document, and I would encourage anybody who's even half interested to make their representations. Biggest
outgoings is his department, and also paying government workforce.
Well, the government workforce comprises of teachers, doctors, nurses, and it's only a small part of the total overall expenditure which goes to the civil service. And there's been much said about the government's pension liabilities, but of the pension liabilities, only 1/3 is for the public sector, for the civil servants. The rest is for fire, police, health, education.
You're still going into the rainy day fund though, aren't you, for some time to come? I mean, the rebalancing isn't around the corner.
The rebalancing is very close, because we're taking the biggest step this year in terms of drawing down from our rainy day fund, as it were. But even after the rebalancing has been completed, we still have over £260 million in the rainy day fund, together with another £1,000 million in various other reserve funds. And I think that's a very good achievement.
Because at the end of the day, something will come up. We know it will. The next 6 months, something will probably require funding that you haven't even thought of at the minute.
Well, it's difficult to forecast expenditure, but it's also difficult to forecast tax receipts. They can be volatile, but as we stand at the moment, we are on budget, on target, and moving forward as expected.
So, compared with 6 months ago, you're happy, you're saying, with the way it's going?
I feel more comfortable, yes.
So 6 months ago you weren't comfortable?
More comfortable. I was comfortable 6 months ago, but I'm more comfortable now.
And the next briefing then will be in another 6 months as such, the next update?
I'll certainly keep you in the picture, because basically what I'd like to do is to use your good selves and your colleagues in the media to disseminate as much information as possible. So this really will be in addition to the Chief Ministers, Council of Ministers, public presentations. So we do those on a quarterly basis, and I think that's been a really positive step. But I appreciate that not everybody is available on the night when we have the public meeting. So I'd like to think of this being an alternative delivery channel, as it were, where we can actually help to get the information over to the public.
Finally, the unemployment figures are out. You're disappointed. It's gone up. It's summer. What's going wrong?
Well, summer there does tend to be a bit of pressure on the unemployment figures in the summer with students coming back. In the past, they've been absorbed to a certain extent by casual jobs in catering, hospitality, and also the retail sector. Unfortunately, this year, there's been fewer jobs in those sectors, so there's been more students signing on as unemployed. So overall, there has been a slight increase, but when you consider our 2.3% against 8% in the UK and considerably more in the European Union, I don't think we're doing bad.
How comfortable are you with those figures, though?
I am. Every person who's unemployed is an unacceptable statistic. That's a fact. But we have to recognise that there is a turnover in the labour market. As people move from one job to another, they're not going to be able to find a job on the day that they become unemployed. And there's always a movement between jobs which is reflected in the unemployment figures. I'm not despondent. I feel that the performance of the economy so far has been very impressive.
Has it peaked, or do you think this is the sign of things to come? Because if it's normally down in the summer, and we're going, towards when the summer jobs disappear at the end of the summer, it's going to go up, isn't it?
It may, but it's difficult to forecast at this stage, because what we have found out is that as the economy has diversified, there's been other jobs come up in other sectors, and they have created employment opportunities. So whilst a particular sector may be under pressure, there are opportunities elsewhere.